Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm a bit late, but you know, expectations have to be low at this point. 10 minutes ago? Oh, geez. Look at these punctual pansies. Also, this is backwards. Ooh, interesting. To always be satisfied? Oh, yeah. Alright, good morning, everybody. Round of 16, once again, here with Thalassocracy Cup. We'll have Vinchester in the purple as the Sicilianos here to the west of the map and to the east. In the green as the Ketons, it will be Sora. So Ketons have mostly been a migration pick because you're able to fast castle and go Hulks there. Bodie McCup on fast forward. I would never forget to do that, McNeely. Come on, man. Alright, so, you know, Men-at-Arms doing Men-at-Arm things. Oh, whoa, whoa, what the heck? What the heck? Why does my mouse... What? My mouse doesn't work! Ah! And now we're working. There we go. Sigh. Alright. What the? Come on, work! This is so weird. Okay, there are sergeants on the east corner of the map for no reason. When all is said and done, it looks like Sora has a couple of ill kills. It's like not registering properly. It's so weird. Anyway, we got another duck coming in. One set. I have no idea. Nope. There is running versus Sebastian. ×2 army? Well, it's about what you can do with this army. You do have a lot of galleys, which is interesting, right? Because the common characteristic for this map is that you're just not able to develop those galley numbers to challenge Hulks. But Vinch is very much doing that. He's got 8 galleys. They have the fletching upgrade. They're able to harass the shorelines. I have a corgi scratching at my door. But the Skybearer is on his way up to Castle Age first and still has a villager advantage, in part thanks to those fishing ships. Oh, those fishing ships are sailing the absolute wrong direction, though, so yeah, they're going to have to do a 180 to start getting out of there. Another nice couple of kills for Vinchester here. Dash. And still, Vinch does click up, but he is going to be a minute and a half slower. Those fishing ships need to skedaddle, too. There you go. Oh, transport ship's gonna get taken down. Nice little move there for Sora. Dash duty? He just wants my food, man. Medium warships is immediately on the way. But it's still mostly hulks. Like, where are these fire ships? They're cruising in the dock. So this could be a really nice opportunity here. Yes, Dash hasn't been fed, guys, in almost 30 minutes. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Well, the fire ships and the war hulks are here, but the Donjon helps you out. Oh boy. Yeah, those guys took a beating there. Oh no. Oh, Vinch ain't messing around, kiddos. Hey, Majike. That's some nice value. But, yeah, now Vinch equalizing the villager count. And, of course, a horribly inefficient economy for Sora. Also, what is this fancy new version of AoE? I spent all of yesterday playing Age of Conquerors. The way AoE was meant to be played. No, that's Migration, where I've never seen Ketons lose. I've never seen Ketons even played on this map. But yeah, Vinch, like, look at this. He's just making it not about the hulks whatsoever. He's making it about the land units. He went for the galleys to help mitigate the hulks. Okay, just rushing up a market with your entire eco, because all you have is gold income right now is Sora. Oh my goodness, this hurts. Hurts the soul! He has zero on most resources, to be fair. Yes, Dash. My goodness, he's the most spoiled dog. Then came balance, I know. Okay, so there is a TC being built here to the north. Hello, Bombay Gypsy. Hope everyone's having a lovely Sunday. Wait, the random sergeants over here built a random donjon over here. Alright. Sora does nominally have a Villi, but just look at this absolute plummeting eco count. I mean, just look at how horribly inefficient this was. Campaign looking donjon. Only 9? Oh boy, there you go. Oh geez, this looks ugly. Oh geez, the expired pastures, man. They do not look good. Alright, Siege Workshop coming in, but is it gonna get denied? Oh no. You know what Sora didn't need, guys? Exactly that. Oh dearie dear. Now the units are coming here to the north. Remember, the one sergeant can build another donjon over here. Different textures? These do have different textures, and I'm not sure which is which. Yep, and here comes the DJ. Scratching all those records. Yeah, guys, Sora feels very stuck. Got a Siege Workshop now back at home. Making a rocket cart, but... ugh. One's expired? Yeah, that would make sense. That would be my guess. University coming in over here. Donjon being built sort of at the corner. I actually don't know what this land formation would be. Like a bluff? I guess it would have to have, like, cliffs to be a bluff, though. Promontory? But it's not jutty-outy enough. Anyway, you do have careening in on these fire ships, but it just does not feel good here at all, guys, for Sora. Still some efficient fights. The donjons are being built everywhere, and honestly, this is pretty cool to see Sicilians being played like this. You know, you're leveraging the donjons, you have a solid navy throughout the game. Remember, Sicilians only miss incendiaries and elite cannon galleons, so, like, they have a very well-rounded navy. By building and deleting pastures? Yes. That's exactly what Elon is doing. Like, using the sergeants, but it's not gimmicky? Like, I don't know. Sicilians? They've come a long way. They're still not 100% yet. They're still a little too niche. But they're really getting there. No heated shot in yet, but even without it, donjons are doing work. And I love the crossbowman garrison inside the donjons play. See, it fires 5 arrows right now, even if they only deal 1 damage. It's going to be really tough to keep a rocket cart alive like that. Anyway, Vinch is also going to click up to Imp in a moment. Yes, Sicilians are in a better spot than Bulgarians right now. Oh, you have to pay close attention. Are taking 120 plus damage, but yeah, Imp is going to be on the way, and that is going to be absolutely not something that Sora can deal with, as Vinch looks to power his way through to a game number 1 victory. Custom queue? Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that. What's wrong with Sicilians? Oh, do that, Manchester. Oh, boy. 256 damage taken from that rocket cart, but still alive. It almost certainly does not matter, guys. Sora still has an enormous amount of idle villagers. And it really just feels like we are waiting for the end. Just like we are in life. But Normans? You mean the normies? Why is my pocket vibrating again? Oh, awesome. And there we go. And Vinch takes game number 1. Yeah, very well done. Neither were the most common Civ pick for this map, but at least we see Ketons on other maps. But I really like how Vinchester made that game not about the Hulks, right? Really focused on getting those galley numbers down. Making Sora have to invest into fire ships, and then just, if you're not using Hulks as Ketons, like, you're just a bad water Civ. Wait, that is Sicilians over Ketons. Even 5th pick versus 2nd pick. Nicely done. Right. So many tabs, so little time. Hopefully we'll be able to get into game number 2 in a moment. Boom! Call it Ketons. I mean, the Normans, at least, they're like the Sicilio Normans, right? They're the Normans that migrated to Sicily. And I mean, they at least do, like, a reasonably good job of representing, like, the southern Italians. They ruled Sicily? I mean, a lot of them did migrate there, but yeah, it was very much a melting pot of different peoples, of which the Normans were only one of, and I kind of wish, I don't know, how would you represent the other, like, Sicilian slash Southern Italians? Because the Northern or like, the Italian Civ does a good job of representing the Northern Italian city-states during the Renaissance. The Southern Italians, being part of larger empires, usually having a much more agrarian culture as opposed to the more urban one. You'd have a farm bonus for that. Like, I feel like it does a relatively good job of that. Hola, Scotland! AT West. And your innate racism? Well, that's what you get from being from Oklahoma. Alright. So many people texting me, and by so many people, I literally mean my parents. This is where I pretend it's a cute girl, but no, it's really just my parents. Fodler? Unfortunately, Fodler does have my phone number, which is pretty scary. As an Italian civ? I mean, I wouldn't. Alright, why aren't we in the lobby? Maybe something's wrong with the spec dashboard? Yeah, okay, something was wrong with the spec dashboard. Sorry. Alrighty. Game number 2. I'll have Winchester here in the purple as the Koreans to the northeast of the map. And to the southeast in the green as the Chinese. It will be the Sky Bear Sorakuma. This is his home map. And, I mean, Water Nomad, it's so fast. It's so snowbally. I'll have to see if the Chinese eco can really just leapfrog you ahead super quickly. Purple Vinch? Vinch, like, always picks purple. It's what he does. The Aqua Arena. Did they draft it? Nope. Sorry about that. Sora Bandit, you can blame him. And he always wins. You know, I really can't argue with this logic. Alright, so, indeed, Sora is faster up to Feudal Age, of course, leveraging the very powerful early Chinese economy. Looking at, yeah, Water Nomad has been a map ever since Rise of the Rajas came out. Of course, trying to spam as much of the mangrove terrain as possible in different maps. It's been around for years. Impregnantable? I'm afraid that's not a word, H2 Evil. Alright, got another dock coming in. Of course, this is all about the galleys. Sometimes we'll see players, if they know they're faster up to Feudal Age, go for a Hulk or two. But, by and large, it's about the galley mass. All about dat mass. Dat mass o' galleys. Alright, and indeed, okay, so 2 Hulks here. I imagine that Sora's going to be switching over into the galley line afterwards, but I think the Hulks, you know, just have them zoom out of the map. I think they train faster. And they are cheaper for sure, so just get them out, they move quickly, and yeah, you can already see the galleys starting to be queued up behind this. So it all makes sense. But you can see Vinchester, of course, well aware that Koreans are going to be slower than Chinese. Already getting himself turtled up, so to say. And he's already on 3 docks as well. Now, Sora should only be on the 2 with this uptime, and indeed he is. So production will favor Vinch relatively quickly. Koreans have that nice wood discount. And so far, excellent defensive setup. There's the tower coming in too, just really, really leaning into those defenses. Now, yes, Vinchester's eco is not very good relative to his opponents. Don't quit the day job. Yep. Come on, I made a good Choson pun in my video as well. But I haven't really looked at the comments on it yet. How good are Vills against Hulks? Amazing. If you have like 5,000 Vills to 1 Hulk, it's a great matchup. Okay, maybe not that many. Maybe you can win with the, slightly fewer Vills. Alrighty, more and more walls coming in. So I mean, just look at this here from Vinchester. Beautiful defense so far. Trillion villagers counter the sun. What? Makes all of its hydrogen fuse into helium? Just does it faster? 4,256 to 1, yeah. But yeah, those Hulks did not get anything done. Vinch was way too well set up defensively. He's getting his blacksmith down. Do we have one here for Sora? We do not. So far, great game here for Vinchester. Even though he's 700 resources behind, he's still getting fletching. But he is making galleys. Remember that Vinchester has better production than him. He has the 3rd dock way, way sooner, if Green has one at all, which he doesn't. He's only on 2 docks. The start, I mean, people really like to go for their quick Hulks. So it burns out faster. There you go, see? Anyway, big old galley fight here. Oh, beautiful engagement there. Oh, no. Oh, that might be all she wrote right there. That was like, what, 4 ships now to only 1 death? Oh, dearie me. Goodness gracious, mercy me. Oh, no. I guess there's a stone gate there, but this feels woefully insufficient. A series situation? Yeah, that would most likely be the case. 7-3 galleys right now, with the better production for our purple player, Vinchester. Again, you do have the 3 docks now as Sora, but you were just behind in the production, and so long as Vinch just keeps making galleys, don't see how this would ever be a bad situation for him. There's another kill, because why not? Although he will likely lose 1 galley over here. Not even. Yeah, for some reason, Sora was the higher seed. I don't really understand that one. Got a 4th dock now coming in here for Vinchester, still happily fishing away. Love, of course, bringing back the low HP galley so it can get repaired. But Sora feels all sorts of stuck. Idle TC time? Well, I mean, it was more about just making sure you have the military production numbers going. Also, idle TC time has always been one of Vinch's Achilles' heels, in my opinion. But it's really hard to find a meaningful way in this game in which Vinch has a disadvantage. Like, again, yeah, you're behind in resources collected, but you're so far ahead in resources destroyed that, like, it completely balances out. Getting fishing lines as well, because why not? Deeper water, because of the deep state Yeah, Vince just seems to be outplaying him across the board. I mean, that was a nice little hit. But you have a huge hill to climb here if you're Sorakuma. Because again, like, all you can do right now with Sora is keep up with your own galley numbers, because the fire ships are just going to get sniped by the galleys. And so long as Vince just keeps doing that as well, he's just going to be doing this from a better position. Now, Sora is doing a good job with his macro in terms of getting closer to Castle Age, but he has very little map control. You have to be careful there, Winchester. Market's now coming in here for Sora. Vinch, is for his part, has no market as far as I can tell. Does have that mill, though. So again, this could be some way you can gain an advantage as Sora. Although again, missing any semblance of map control is quite rough. Okay, there's the market from Winchester, although only one villager is building it, so that's going to take forever. And Sora does click up, to his credit. Fast ballistics. Needs that fast ballistics. Needs Bodkin. He also is going to want to pick up clinker construction quickly so he can try and chase down the enemy ships while he has a bit of a timing advantage. I mean, he's going to need to get a lot of upgrades. Finding his discount is going to be helpful, but to Sora's credit, he's trying to fight his way back into this one. Finch with another nice kill, though. And you can see you're losing most of your docks anyway, so you have to rebuild those, and that's, of course, wood you don't want to have to be spending on other things right now. And that's only a 1 minute, timing advantage to Castle Age anyway. The resource gap is closing as well. And remember, Vinch is also saving resources, a lot of resources over time on all of these galleys. What, 18 wood on each galley saved. Have a nice hit here for Winchester. Well, Castle Age is going to be here in a moment for Sora. I mean, it's pretty clear what he needs to do. Okay, now he's switching into fire ships as well. So, medium warships immediately on the way. You're going to also want a university quickly, and 4 villagers going to rush that one up, and you still probably want Bodkin as well. To be able to challenge the enemy galleys at least a little bit with your own. But Vinch, he has the map control. He can afford to fall back just a little bit, and he might choose to do so. That poor galley didn't get the memo to micro. Anyway, the fire ships are looking to go for a flank here, and indeed there is the clinker construction. That galley also going to get torched. I mean, the KD is relatively even. And now fire ships being so fast. Remember, you also have a small movement speed buff here as Chinese at 5%. So Vinch is going to need to come sail away. University coming in for him as well. Fire ships coming in too. Remember, no demos for the Koreans. And yet, now you're going to be running into the defensive matrix of all these galleys. What are you doing, Winchester? Please keep attacking. There we go. No careening in yet here for green. And Vinch is totally fine. He's getting his own clinker construction. Okay, there's careening coming in, but... yeah, this is looking mighty rough for him. All I know is that Admiral Yi has been working on a secret weapon, and I want to see it. Ornlu, wouldn't a ship that's really slow be bad on this map? Yeah, shut up, they're cool. Anyway, fire ships still doing their fire shippy thing, torching those war galleys. Mau Mau. Thank you so much for the 3 months. Really appreciate it. Welcome back to the Wolf Pack. I appreciate it so much. The ship's also going down, and this is just all ogre. Make turtle ships viable? Alas. Alas, alas. Yeah, this game really does feel exceptionally over now. Who've done it? Siphon's coming in, I guess. Nikov heart drama? I can't because I haven't heard anything about it. Drama? Drama? Nikov gave Hart the admin win? Against the rules? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Anyway, when you have siphons in, you've got clinker construction, you've got careening, you've got a lot of upgrades, and fire ships are really good, and I did wonder why Vinch wasn't making any hulks. I mean, Sora right there is doing a lot to sort of even out the KD. Like, that was a really good fight for him, all things considered. That said, it still feels like this is Vinch's game to lose. He's on a second TC as well. He's getting horse collar even. Got tilted? Oh no. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Vinge, where are my turtle ships, man? They should be good against the fire ships, just saying. No, demos were, like, insanely OP before. Fire ships trying to sail in here. Might find a little bit of value. Ballistics coming in. Of course, the towers are going to help out a ton against the ships. Against ships, in early game, they were fine. As the game progressed, they became better and better and better. Demos, no one wants to make demos, because they also require separate upgrades. OP are useless? Yep. Like, just conceptually, demos are not the best. Fortunately, not one of Ensemble's better ideas. They will change? I have no idea. Again, I have no, like, concept of what they like or don't like from this tournament so far. This is decent. Although you're going to be losing a lot of your fire ships in the process here. Movement speed? I mean, they need to be faster, or at least competitive with fire ships. I mean, again, the whole point of them is to counter fire ships. Anyway, there's Heated Shot coming in, too. That is very much a luxurious upgrade. 350 food, 150 gold, I think. 100 gold, my bad. Still, very expensive. Yeah, late game hulks are way too bad, and I think early game hulks are way too good. At a bare minimum, the Karak specifically needs an extra Pierce armor. But yeah, now, like, the thing how hard it's going to be to actually try and engage these, this navy with all of these towers here, with Heated Shot and Ballistic. I mean, look at those towers just nuking the ships. Oh my goodness. No, not the market! Well, doing more to repair your damaged ships, but this still feels like, you know, you're just running in here with your navy hoping for the best. You're gonna try and actually get a surround on the war galleys, but the towers here gonna be immediately garrisoned with villagers from Winchester, and this shouldn't be even close, and you bet it your boots it isn't. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Oh, random rams here too, why not? One range on the hooks. Those hooks, man, they go flying. Also, nothing in AoE 2 has a range of 2. So, you know, why not? At least I don't think so. I mean, fire ships, it might say they have 2, but they actually have 2.5. Garrison infantry? Oh, jeez. Wouldn't that be annoying to play with? I mean, Sora's trying to fight this one on, but it just feels like it's such a hopeless cause for him. The fire ship should be very good at taking down the rams, because remember, fire ships deal exclusively melee damage now. Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, Vince, you have a unique unit as the Koreans. You might want to use it, just to make me happy, if for no other reason. Your turn 1 today? Congrats, Nuka Crypt. I'll be throwing you a Teletubbies themed birthday party any moment. Thanks for the 1 year, man. 1.8 range? Yeah, but they're also not real units. And rounding does not count. Alright, demo ship upgrade is in, so Sora's going for him. Of course, Chinese don't have a demo ship bonus anymore. I mean, so many fire ships have been sunk trying to kill Vils from these towers that Vinch is just spamming all over the place because why wouldn't he? Oh no, the overchop. Yep, heated shots in. He got some demos, but remember, they were heavily nerfed. 30 less damage. Really? Are these Wills being saved because the fire ship can't shoot over the lumber camp, the corner of the lumber camp? Yes, heated shot was always this strong. Okay, this is pretty funny. It's really funny. Oh, jeez. The demo nerfs? They should probably undo some of the demo nerfs. Not all of them, but some of them. They did triple nerf the unit. That movie can't see us. Well, I mean, the game marches onward. It's just, it feels so weird, right? Because the game was basically over at like the 10-12 minute mark. And yet, the game has just kind of persisted onward. Sora's taken some decent fights here and there. It's just, Vinch has never really, you know, gone for the killer move. Also, that's a lot of stacked up fire ships, man. Oh, dear. I mean, Siphons is in, right? No, not even. Doesn't even matter. GG! Vinch takes the 2-0 lead. I mean, again, Vinch just had a huge lead from, yeah, around the 12-minute mark, like I said. Yep. Yep. Just took better fights across the board. All right, 2-0. They equaled. That's when Sora took a good fight with his fire ships, remember? And the galleys were a little bit out of position for Vinchester. #1 civ pick for both players right there. Water Nomad is a loss for Sora, so are we going to Pog Islands next? Another amazing map? Oh, you bet we are. Recording? Well, there you go. Oh, Ornlu is a stretch. All right, 1 minute, and we will be getting into game number 2. 3, I know how to count. By the dash stretch, you know it. Anyway, I guess we can check on the video. Just uploaded a new video today, History of the Civs. Partie 2. We only got 119 likes. Top is selected, so you'll see comments? That. No idea. No idea. Alrighty! Sorakuma, tournament life on the line, is bringing it to Bog Islands. We'll have him in the green as the Armenians to the north, one of the Primo Galley Rush Civs. And the other Primo Galley Rush Civ will be here to the south in the purple with the Vikings for Vinchester. Indeed it is Pog Islands. Ramantek Tagavor. Alright, so let's see what the plan is here for Sora in a little bit, because I've got some coffee with my name on it, and you bet I'm gonna go get it. Alrighty. Oh my god. The Borg. Isn't that from Star Trek? Well, seems like people enjoyed part 2. That's good. It's like when you make a video that's like, you know, you put a lot of work into. I don't know, especially because this isn't like just hard and fast facts. You're still a little nervous of like, but yeah, people seem to like it. Representative of the threat of liberal of authority. Ah. Yes. You know, yep. Oh, that's fine. It's not like it's going anywhere. Bloop. That's a nice thing with YouTube videos. The views only go up. You just stick them up on there, and then you just, you know, just don't have to worry about it anymore. Anyway, nothing too crazy happening so far, of course. Wait, hold on. Why did he dock so far away? What? And I think there was maybe one deep fish over here, but, like, all the other deep fish are in the middle of the map. Did the views to go down? I don't think so. I mean, usually it's just about what the YouTube algorithm pushes onto people. Could be great here. Yeah, it actually is quite helpful on this map, and Dravidians are a very good civ on this map. Not entirely because of that, but it is certainly a nice little boost. Ah, there we are. Oh, Sora's the better AoE 2 player confirmed. But, yeah, obviously Vinchester's fishing should be significantly better. And he's, you know, around 10% ahead in resources. Have to correct it later? Ah, okay. Well, it's still going to be near enough the correct number. Is their best map? I think you can certainly argue that, but like I've been saying throughout the entire tournament, a lot of it's going to come down to personal preference, because most of the best civs are like the best civs on all the maps, right? So these two civs, Malay, Japanese, Dravidians, of course, Bengalis, Portuguese, like those sorts of civs are going to be the best civs everywhere. So it's just trying to see, okay, maybe in this like specific instance, I like this civ a little bit more, and maybe like another civ a little bit more on another map. Anyway, Sora does have a faster uptime. Is Vinch going for a fast castle? I didn't think that would be like a thing you could do, but if there's any civ to do it with, it is the Vikings. The Kings of Vi. Vi, of course, from League of Legends / Arcane. I mean, I don't play League of Legends. I just like the one that's voiced by Haley Steinfeld. Anyway, Talk's coming up here at the back. Walls coming in. You're likely going to need stone walls, though. Ornlu bonk. Why is it always the Ornlu bonk, man? Alright, Feudal Age is in. Not sure on the Hulk. I mean, I just thought it would be pure galleys. You're bonkers, that's true. Now, you are going to need stone walls, like I said. Got some walls coming in over here. Walls? No, remember, Hulks have negative building damage. Otherwise, they'd be absurdly good versus buildings. But I still haven't done, like, an actual 1-to-1-to-1 test between galleys, fireships, and Hulks these days. Man, what a hooker. Alright, so we got a gate coming in over there. But the gates, of course, have no armor until they're completed, so there's still very much a possibility that Sora could get in here and get some damage on you. Also have the, essentially one extra damage, of course, as the Armenian galleys. Fletching coming in. And it's not a pure fast castle, but it is much slower up to feudal age, and Vinch does have a better economy. So as long as he doesn't take any damage, he's still going to be up to castle age faster overall. It's just not like a pure true blue fast castle. Or maybe that was the plan initially, but then he was caught off guard by how quick Sora was up, but it's not like Sora did anything that wild. Anyway, Sora himself is already fully walled. Fletching going to be out here in a moment. It's already in here for the Sky Bear. And you're causing a bit of idle time, although again, Vinch's eco is overall better. Hammering nails, because they're hooks planking into wood. So metal against wood is the same as, you know, nails. And still decent there for Vinchester. But here's the issue, right? You spent most of your stone, so you can't sell it. You have very poor food income. As soon as that last water buffalo is gone, you're relying on your fishing ships for the most part. So it's going to be difficult to actually get over that hump to castle age, and as things stand, does it matter if you're like 300 to 400 food ahead if you can't turn that into anything useful? It is a bit of an issue. Nevertheless, I mean, Vinch still hasn't taken any big damage, so, I mean, he's fine. Certainly not, like, a bad situation. Vulcan, I don't think so. Oh, it did, but it's not doing anything. Not the house! Sora, somebody lives here! They don't deserve to have their house torched. Rip. Oh, he did get house. That's funny. That is funny. Wait, look, the Sora's even catching up in the food collected count. So I guess I'm still not the biggest fan of this build from Vinchester. Because Sora got some extra water buffalo out of the map, I think. Yeah, look at this scouting here from Sora. Was able to go to the extremities of the map and start getting those extra water buffalo. And like I was saying, you just run out of food, and then you're like, to try and get up to that 800 food threshold. Now you've got resources. You're still faster in clicking up here as Vinchester, to be fair. But it's definitely not as pretty as you'd like. Dead units? No, I mean, they're basically even in resources destroyed. Or just, like, with a couple buildings. If you want to look at the actual breakdown, it is going to be in food and wood. Little bit more food, a lot more wood. But he's also invested a lot of that wood into defenses. And now stone as well. That's a lot of houses at the front. The arena player in me is like, just always build the houses at the back, man. You don't want to get all of this destroyed by galleys. Anyway, fishing line's coming in as well. KD is even. Castle Age now on the way for Sora as well. But yeah, we'll have to see how good the longboats are going to be against Armenian galleys, because that feels like exactly the dynamic we're going to be seeing here. Seymour, my house is on fire. Bad time to take a sip of coffee. What are you doing? Vinch is going to rush up another tower. Aurora Borealis. Located entirely within this room. Alright, gold mining upgrade coming in as well. I mean, Vinch is still a little bit ahead in the KD. In your corner? I mean, if the game gets to the point where fish traps are a thing, then yeah, sure, why not? Alright, so you want to get medium warships, of course. You still have all those galleys left over. Do you then want to switch over into the longboats? I feel like probably, right? They are good, if you can afford them. They are more expensive than galleys, to be fair. And it is just more galleys for the time being. No bodkin yet. Like I keep saying, food income is absolutely at a premium at the moment. You already have fish traps coming in here for Vinchester. Bodkin and medium warships on the way now for Sora. Ugh. Well, Bosaw's coming in for him, but still no Bodkin. And that's kind of a huge issue. And when I say kind of a huge issue, it's a very big issue. And the Clinkers are also getting constructed here for Sora, so he's going to be better able to dictate engagements. Getting his fortified church in, and this is looking better and better here for Sora. Vodkin. Remember, fire ships are going to have a hard time shooting over buildings, as in it's almost impossible for them to do so. Yeah, now Clinker construction's in. University here for Vinchester. He's now getting Bodkin at the very least, so he recognized the error of his ways. And those poor houses, man. I mean, it's why I didn't like the houses over here at the front for Sora. Okay, ballistics is going to be the #1 priority here for Vinchester. Well, those fire ships are going to have a bad day. Got a couple of war galleys over here to the west. And still, the game very much just hangs in the balance. Can't really say either player has a monumental lead or anything like that in any one category. But with Clinker construction, you are able to sail away. Bosaw now coming in here for Sora. Of course, you always want to prioritize that with Armenians. I mean, any civ on a water map especially, but like especially Armenians. Doc's now coming in here to the front for Vinchester. And Vinch has been mining a little bit of stone, so he could think about adding in another TC if he wants. And there's Clinker construction for Vinchester. And indeed, there is TC #2. Ballistics coming in now for Sora, but still, no decisive engagements, although the numbers are still in favor of our purple player. Any practical difference? Yes. Well, one, it's not a nomad start. You start on this island, so the rush distance is always fixed. You also start with 3 rhinos nearby, so it's a very quick uptime, and then you can sort of wall yourself into the corner more easily. Oh, look at this! No ballistics in yet at the start of the fight here! So many wasted shots for Sora! Oh, jeez! Gonna have careening here in a moment as well. It's gonna basically just cancel out the Armenian bonus. Anyway, this should be a very good fight for Vinchester. Oh, yeah. Overall, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? To be honest, I haven't given it any thought. Silly Cyan fleet. I mean, there are some shots being wasted on attacking that dock instead of the military units, but yeah, this feels pretty ogre. I'll whip my sail back and forth. I'll whip my sail back and forth. I'll whip my sail back and forth. Yeah, definitely doesn't feel like Sora's getting anywhere in this game. Random fire ship over here. Why not? 2 relics. I don't think that makes enough of a difference, McNeely. Yeah, now just mixing in plenty more fire ships, as players have really come to appreciate over the course of the tournament. It really is a matter of the best naval composition is going to be war galley plus fire ship, or, you know, galleon plus fast fire ship. Oh, he's got a 3rd relic. It's all over. Yeah, very, very strong series from Winchester, though. Like, he is looking like a favorite for the tournament here for sure. You never really know which Winchester you're going to get when you see him participate in a tournament, but Winchester right now looking to be in very good shape. And of course, that 3k elo is certainly an indicator that he is playing a lot of AoE 2 these days. I mean, Docs, because you'd also need to research the heavy demolition ship upgrade, otherwise you're stuck with feudal age demo rafts, which are not going to do that much damage anyway. And even the castle age ones are kind of meh. Anyway, gate's gonna go down semi-fast. Third TC here for Winchester. I mean, he could start thinking about a castle pretty soon. He has 14 villagers on stone. It is what I'm here for, is to answer all of your questions. In South Carolina, what? Castle coming in. I mean, if this isn't to get out of my series castle, I don't know what is. It's getting low. We're talking shouty levels of low. Guys, I really don't think Sora's winning this one. Hit all the Ornlu bingo this set. Yeah, this is a get out of my series castle. This is way more than a get out of my game castle. And there is the G to the G called, the GL next. And that is a dominant performance from Winchester if I've ever seen one. Sora just looked outmatched in basically every way. And Sora is not a bad player, right? This is just Winchester absolutely leveling up his game here, looking super confident on all of the maps. Well, all 3 of them that were played. And really was never trailing for like a second in this series. So, impressive stuff. Yeah, Vinch versus Hera would be the next round, and that would certainly be an interesting matchup. Kato versus Viper is also going to be a matchup, as is freaking Andy versus Hart. So other than Yo, all the big names are still going through that you would expect to do so. So, what is the status on the other series? In Shambles, I mean, I don't think Doubt's getting to the top levels of tournaments these days. All right. Trying to find the thingy. Running versus Sebastian. Okay, so... That isn't hopeful, I'll be honest. Yeah, we've got no confirmation on them actually starting. Like, none. Start the draft earlier, join the voice channel, turn off your mic. Running is typing. Oh man, running just immediately slamming down those draft links. Running ain't messing around, guys. Hopefully Sebastian will also be here because I don't feel like waiting 45 minutes or whatever to get into another set. Sebastian is online, at least on Discord, but on Do Not Disturb, which is not especially helpful here, Sebastian. Said the guy who's either on Invisible or Do Not Disturb constantly. Well, while we're waiting, can do a GeoGuessr. Can't read that at all. I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was like making me think of like the Lithuanian flag. You'll answer for sure. Yes, that exactly is how you should approach things, by harassing people as much as possible. Okay, that is going to be Cyrillic. But it also looks pretty warm. So either this is like very southern Russia, or probably like Bulgaria or Serbia or Macedonia. Oh man, guy literally in camo pants. Oh jeez. Although if it is Russia proper, wouldn't you expect gas pipelines? Natural gas pipelines? Isn't that like Russia or something? In Russian? I don't know, man. Human! Boy. Tumen sits along the Tura River as Russia's first Siberian city. Tumen blends wooden houses with sleek towers, creating a lively mix of old and new that shapes the city's character and feels truly unique here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Frickin' Russia, man. And then we're gonna get LATAM'd here, aren't we? When does the round of 8 start? Next week. Okay, so CL is Chile. Trees? I guess, yeah, there were trees. Yeah. Russia isn't all that great. I mean, it depends. It's like any country. It depends where you are. I just imagine most of Russia looking like a lot of rural America, right? It's like kind of a similar vibe. I mean, obviously America is far richer than Russia, but no, it's literally Chile. Like there's a Chilean flag. There was a .cl, but I have no idea where we are in Chile. Probably northern Chile, since it's a little deserty looking. A little arid. Easy tapiloto. Oh, whoa, 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 back up the truck. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Help? Of course you can help. Ovale limari queda seca. Again, I think we're in northern Chile somewhere. Probably not this far north. I don't know. Somewhere around here. And we were all the way down here. Ovale is known for its fruit farms, especially grapes and avocados. It uses water from the Paloma Dam, which rises 80 meters or 262 feet to support orchards that brighten the valley with green patches. Yes, awful. Yeah, they recently added the little blurbs. Nice. Oh boy, German stuff. There you go, guys. Looks like a road sign over here. Oh, even I know where this is. Okay, so we're probably somewhere between Rostock and Hamburg. Here's one. Maybe we're outside of Lübeck. Boom! Lübeck grew as the queen of the Hanseatic League, and Lübeck still shows this past with its brick Gothic warehouses and narrow lanes that once carried goods along the Baltic trade routes for centuries. Ooh, this looks like a wonder. Yeah, I mean, Southeast Asia vibes for sure. That looks tie. I mean, it could be Cambodia as well, for sure. I'm not well versed enough. Okay, let's get back to the main road. Want any dirt roads? Okay, we're by some water. Love to get a bit of a better view of it. I mean, it's water to the southeast, but I don't know to the extent of how big it is. I mean, there is what appears to be some land in the distance. Single letter. Which country are you going to insult this time? Maybe we're like over here-ish? No, it was Cambodia. Rip. Rip, rip, rip. Krong Cave is famous for its crab market, and it serves blue crabs pulled straight from nearby waters, often cooked with kampot pepper that brings a spicy, earthy flavor loved across the region. I don't know, it sounds freaking delicious to me. But I love crabs. Alright, that's an EU flag and a, maybe Croatian flag? Maybe France? Kinda hard to tell from that angle. Ugh. Ugh. French. Brussels, Calais, Lille, Paris, Laon. So, if we're all going down the same road, that's been really, like, somewhere around here in Belgium, right? Lille? No, Lille was all on the same road, right? Well, we're going west. So again, we're going west, and I think the western road takes us through Brussels and Lille. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we're in Liège? Wait, we have a compass here. Flag was French? The flag was French, that's true. So maybe we are in Lille. Rem? Rem? Real? Ah, well. Where's the cathedral? We gotta go crown King Charles. Rem, oh, I must have missed that. Rem anchors the Champagne region with its historic cellars carved into chalk up to 40 meters or 131 feet deep. These tunnels keep bottles cool while protecting winemaking traditions tied closely with local vineyards. Well, that wasn't a great game. Actually, we almost got our 20,000. We really got wrecked out by Russia. All right. Perfect timing. I can get rid of all these tabs. Like Nomad is going to be game number 1. All right, we got that. Any crazy civs? Doesn't look like it. And now we can update all this stuff, and hopefully we will be good to go here shortly. Actually, they literally just started. Let's update the stream title at the very least, though. Sebastian versus Running. Remember, Running beat ACCM. Yo and ACCM, the only big names to be fallen so far. Walrus, some good games, some bad games. Nothing that crazy. All right, we are all set up and good to go. Running into the Bastion. All right, let me set up the scoreboard here. And we are here into game number 1. Here in the round of 16. Is this the last set in the round of 16? I think it is. I'm like pretty sure it is. But it will have Sebastian here in the yellow to the east of the map as the Georgians, and to the west in the purple as the Lithuanians. It will be running. You think territorial scope? Well, different campaigns happen on different scales for sure. Like, the Burgundian campaign happens on a far smaller scale than the Tamerlane campaign. It does kind of shift how things go for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna get some more coffee. turn. Oh, ugh. Frickin' air. I mean, you can make it an RPG style campaign if it's small enough. I mean, yeah, dude, there's tons of different things you can do. But yeah, I mean, the Three Kingdoms stuff doesn't really feel that large in scope. I mean, part of it's just like you're still playing the three same civs over and over and over again, and it's not like the maps are heavily populated or anything like that. Like what? It was the second Wu scenario where it's like, oh, you have to defeat the warlords of the south, and it's just like 2 guys with like 3 villages. Anyway, nothing too crazy so far by the looks of things. Looks like running might be like a half vil ahead. Docks are very, very far away though. I mean, look at this. I mean, as the whatever bird is on this map flies, as the hawk flies, it's very close, but obviously they need to sail all the way around. Perfectly, especially the OG sportsman. As much more fish in his corner. I mean, just the way that Sebastian docked, he's going to need another one, but then he'll be fine if he just builds another one in a semi-decent location. But he is taking from shorefish right now, which is obviously much less good. Running stock's better for sure. Yeah, I mean, I actually think I like the HD version of Sports some more. And, like, if there's ever time to have a truly RPG-style campaign, it's going to be Sportsa. A close set? I don't know. Still favor Sebastian, but could be close. Running beating ACCM is super impressive. Alright, another dock coming in. Was memorable. Oh yes, with the 2 random guys sneaking through the camp of Carmagnola. Top tier. Anyway, Sebastian's gonna be up much faster, but here's the thing. His docks are not close at all. Like, I'm not too sure what he wants to do. I mean, I think he's just trying to get a better idea. Okay, there he is, docking way over here. So it looks like maybe he has a bit of an idea of where his opponent is. But it's still not going to be as fast as you'd like it to be, as we only just now have the first Hulk on the way. Yeah, Running took out ACCM and freaking Andy took out Yo. Those are the only 2 big players to fall so far. Yeah, Andy beat Yo. But other than that, nope, nothing. Everyone you expect to win is winning. New AOM campaign? Nope. I wasn't a big fan of the Chinese one. And I don't think I got it for free, so I'm not going to pay for it. Now, yeah, but he's still not going to be favored against Yo for sure. Well, causing a bit of idle time, and Running is probably still going to struggle to get to a good fast castle time. I guess he still has more fish over here. Getting Hussar be OP. I mean, I don't think it'd be OP, but I don't think that really solves any issues. Franks don't have a good archery range, and it's an incredibly archery range-dominated meta. Market Blacksmith coming in, but still, unless running is selling his stone, but he's actually going to build a defensive watchtower. So yeah, no way he's getting up to Castle Age in the near future. Well, at the very least, only one fishing ship has actually gone down so far for running. He's also getting the forging upgrade, but then it's like, why are you going so slow up to Feudal Age anyway? 200 HP, again, I don't think that's exactly what the Civ needs. But also, like, again, I just want to see nerfs way more than I want to see buffs. Anyway, forging's out, and as you know, that is a huge deal with these Hulks. The numbers still pretty heavily favor Sebastian, though, so he certainly has that going for him still. Yeah, especially since Throwing Axeman just got buffed too. Like, I don't know. Ranks are fine, it's just other civs are way too good. Like these two. Still no forging in yet, though, for Sebastian. Well, now things are all evened up as we have this epic Hulk-on-Hulk gameplay here. Indeed. The green ships? The green ships are right here. And they're pretty incredible.
Where are the green ships?
I mean, I guess things are relatively even. Running is slightly ahead in resources. He did lose a few fishing ships. He is also much later with his double bit axe. Game speed, yeah, sure. But thank you, B-Town Pro. Appreciate the 3 months. 8 to 8 fishing ships, though. All of that's even, and it's Hulks doing Hulk things. Got a market now on the way here for Sebastian. Already has a barracks down, too. I mean, a very preemptive tower from running. And honestly, running probably could have squeezed out a fast castle if he had gone for selling the stone. But he's been playing pretty safe. Sebastian, meanwhile, feels like he's just cruising. Running will still likely be a little bit faster up to Castle Age, though. There is now a barracks coming in for him. He could still go for a monk push of some kind. And there is a Castle Age upgrade on the way, and Sebastian not quite ready to click up yet. Will he sell his stone? I mean, he can. He is not invested into a defensive tower. The Hulk numbers are now really starting to get in favor of running. Whoop, whoop. There you go. So, 40-ish seconds lower to Castle Age here is Sebastian. Idle time also quite similar, running just a little bit ahead in terms of resources. Archery range on the way, actually. Okay. Guys, if this is just for Cav archers, I'll be extremely sad. Anyway, more awesome Hulk-on-Hulk action here. The gold mining upgrade is in. Oh, and the gold mining upgrade's coming in over here as well. Oh boy, there's another range coming in. It is going to be for Cav archers. Why? Seriously, if Frank said Thumb Ring, you'd be seeing them picked all the time. It's just, it's a meta entirely dominated by the archery range. Got some scouts coming in here for Sebastian, but of course he is going to see exactly what he's up against. He sees his opponent's castle time, iron casting coming in immediately. Of course, cav archers themselves are going to be on the way. But of course, unlike the galley line, you have to get an entirely separate line of upgrades to the blacksmith for the hulks, which is a bit of a bummer. Gonna lose one unit for free there, though. Scalebarding armor is on its way. Sebastian gonna try and get those walls out. He's mining a little bit of stone. Okay, light cav coming in too. Siege workshop right over here, and that villager actually gets sniped by the scout cavalry. Anyway, whoa, Hulk is in. And have iron casting in just a second here as well. Well, I mean, those Zocs are going to start to go down faster. I mean, at 7 minus 3 attack times 3. Against 2 armor. That's a lot of order of operations that I can't handle. Those fishing ships are going to start to go down. Iron casting almost in, and you're going to start to take a good fight. Iron casting isn't quite in yet, though. Is it going to be enough? Meanwhile, over here on the land, it doesn't seem like anything too wild is happening. So yeah, Sebastian is going to win this fight by the looks of things, but he will be losing quite a few fishing ships in the process. Second TC is now attempted over here to the north as well. Look at Purple's POV. He's like just going right over here to the north. He'll see the TC on very low HP, but it looks like that is going to be fine for now. Bodkin is in. And at the very least, light cav goes down there. And those cav archers should be able to deal with the light cav. Oh, I missed that. Could have absolutely gotten another cav archer there. Still 8 to 5 fishing ships in favor of running. Fishing ships kind of hanging out here to the south. Yeah, there's a dock already down over there. There is a fortified church in. Of course, you do have to be very careful. Nice kill there. Running playing quite well. He's ahead by 700 resources. Has a slight score lead. Those vills are also being idle here for Sebastian, who's at 61 out of 140 population. Why has he built so many houses? Bit of an odd one. Battering ram coming in, though. And that is a lot of vills on stone here for Sebastian, who's, I think, recognizing that running is doing absolutely everything he can to not lose on the water. So you need to make a big play for the land if you're going to have success in this game. The 4 Scorpions here are going to help out a lot versus the Cav Archers. The Light Cav at least have their attack upgrades in, although no Bloodlines in or Husbandry quite yet. Redemption on the way as well here for running. Done double Monastery, actually. Ram is going to start to work away at those archery ranges, though. Of course, this game is likely going to come down to the castle. 2 TCs for Sebastian versus 1, though. So, I mean, his eco is still, like, fine, but running's is still going to be better. And here we go. The monks are getting involved. And, of course, they are going to be faster and going to be getting some range on those scorpions. So, 1 does get converted. No! Run away, little scorpion. It is at least faster than the battering ram. Yeah, nice job here from running to push this back. And it'll be another conversion right there. Light Cav are coming in themselves, though. Is this going to be enough units, though? I would hazard no. And that very much appears to be the case, as the Light Cav is not really going to be able to stand up to those Cav archers who are doing a very good job of hitting and running out of range of the Scorpions. Guess that converted Scorpion is also going to go down there. But, of course, this still is good overall for running, who has a huge lead. Second TC now in here for our purple player. Third one's in for yellow. Bloodlands coming in for running. And here's the castle, but the castle does need to be placed defensively. It can't be out on the map. There's a couple of fortified churches in, but not like that many. And running is not collecting any stone whatsoever. So if you can start to get those Monaspa numbers climbing, it is going to be very, very tough. Now, the latest happens to be the unique unit that like best deals with the Monaspa, because so much of their defensive strength is in armor and not HP. So that's, you know, where the latest is going to be better. Nice pressure here with the Monk, though. Another way of saying it is that the latest is one of the few unique units that is even more OP than the Monaspa is. Still have to be very careful here. Now, there isn't ballistics in for the Scorpions, but even so, have to be careful. Also, you have to remake the stable, because you're still going to want bloodlines and husbandry, and of course you've researched neither of those upgrades. Horse collar now on the way. It's only the second eco upgrade being researched for either player. Got some monks coming out. You already have one relic in for yellow. There's going to be another one in, but there's also one in for running. There's a second one that's very easy for him to take, which leaves this last relic over here to the west probably going to be the most up in the air. Oh, we're going to get some more value over here. Couple knights charging in. And they're going to snipe all of the Scorpions as running in a great spot here. I mean, Cav Archers going why they're the meta, absolutely. And of course, Monaspa are very good, but you need to actually get them going, and you're still missing so many upgrades for them. Food income in particular is a big issue, and one of the reasons that the Cav Archer meta is so prevalent is it just doesn't require food, so you can much more easily add in economy, while also making Cav Archers. Up. You have Bowsaw coming in here for Sebastian, though. And he's not dead. Not at all. Couple knights over here. Don't really see them getting that much done, though, especially with all of the fortified churches now coming in. Really going to be bolstering up the economy here of Sebastian. Don't know why that villager wasn't garrisoning with the rest of his friendos. Yes, Sebastian still needs to get some very important upgrades like Bloodlines, +2 defense, and Husbandry. Because we got more knights on the way here for running. He did lose his archery ranges, remember, so he's actually having to remake those so he can make more CA. And it looks like it's going to be for some heavy Castle Age pressure. He did get the relic over here, so there will be at most 2 relics for running. And that is plenty of CA. Potentially getting converted. Same for the Monaspa. Those guys are actually just immediately deleted. Pain Barding Armor coming in, but again, you're still missing those stable upgrades. Okay, there is a stable, but the food income is super stretched at the moment here for our yellow player. There's Bloodlines finally now coming in. But do you have enough time to get these numbers down? You're sort of working towards that second castle. To the golden wood cost. A unit that costs 3 resources would be wild. A conversion there, but of course running zone monk control is very good. One conversion is successful. Is actually going for the other monks. It seems like it's not enough. The TC is going to go down at the very least, but you can still jump into the fortified church. And now the Manaspas are starting to climb in number, guys. I feel like this is going to be a very good fight for Sebastian. He's adding in another fortified church. Still going to want to go ahead and pick up the husbandry upgrade quite badly, because he's kind of getting outsped here when he really shouldn't be. But these Manaspa are steadily climbing in number. Wheelbarrow is always going to be a good one to pick up as well. And all of those units are going down as Sebastian's closing the score gap. Another TC being attempted forward here, though, for purple. On the stone, remember, no real stone income this entire game for running. And there's husbandry, finally. And even another TC, so lots and lots of TCs here in this game number 1. As water seems to be ignored completely. You have 6 fishing ships left over for running, which is nice, but it's not like he's adding in any more or getting any of the fishing upgrades. But yeah, now you're looking at fully upgraded Manaspas in Castle Age. And if you can just get a second castle down for better production, it is, I think, going to be so difficult to stop this without exactly the latest. Ballistics is coming in. And looks like we're thinking about castle number 2. Stone is being bought, just needs a little bit more. Alright, now you can get it, and here we are, castle number 2 coming in, and this could be very, very bad for running. Even a mangonel here to apply pressure to the town center. Those vills are going to have to immediately skedaddle. Yeah, you are starting to mine stone, but just a little ways off. But there's Imperial Age on the way for running. That could be a huge boost. But he needs to find a way to not die, and that feels like it's going to be extremely difficult to do. Sebastian also really powering ahead in terms of resources, thanks to the Georgian's eco. I mean, I wouldn't recommend just, like, sitting under the TC fire, but yeah, you're doing fine here right now, Sebastian. Insta right there. Imp is creeping closer and closer, and of course getting that castle down would be huge. You could also start your latest production at that point, but I feel like no matter what you do, yeah, you're just a little too far behind as Sebastian just absorbing the pressure and developing his better army composition. Those fortified churches make it almost impossible for running to raid effectively. And Sebastian is just, I think, was a bit faster in recognizing that, okay, just focus on the land, get that eco going, and then get to your better unit composition. And running simply not able to do that, running not really investing into stone income until it was far too late, and even then, that Georgian eco was a huge difference. That's game number 1 going to Sebastian. Good solid game, though, for sure. Georgians over Lithuanians, 5th pick for each player. So we have running with Akborina and Migration. And Khitans were admin banned. Let's see what the pick is. Like it will be Akborina. See plenty of Italians on this map. We see plenty of Japanese. We see some Burgundians as well. See what the plan is, man. Alrighty. Game number 2. Be here in a moment. Yeah. "20 seconds. And we'll get here into game number 2. Oh, thank you, Genoese Crossbowman, for the raid. Alrighty, guys, we are here in game number 2. Sebastian winning game number 1, looking solid so far. I mean, running also played fairly well, but just wasn't quite able to keep up with Sebastian on the land. But Sebastian is going to be picking Burgundians here, which I feel like we've seen a lot of without a lot of success. So we'll see if Sebastian can start to make this work, whereas Italians, very easily one of the best sips on this map. You just make so many fishing ships that you really get a huge eco bonus on top of your nice discount. And of course, full tech tree except for heavy demo ship, which is literally pointless right now, so that ain't an issue. Alright, so let's see what the plan is. Sebastian, that's a very early double bid axe. I didn't even know you could get it on 9 pop without any idle time. I guess maybe if you're boar close enough? I mean, it's like a bonus that it's better the earlier you can get it. Then adding in fish eco. I mean, you also add in fish eco. You can get the early fishing ship upgrades as well. But you are still faster in getting your dock down as the, well, not Burgundians player. Still think it should be pretty decent overall for Sebastian, though. I mean, you're going to get your dock still relatively quickly. Except, in general, yes, but double bid axe means you can afford more fishing ships, so you'll be able to ramp up production. Force fights, I mean, that's just mobility. That's mobility. Well, we will have to see. So far, Sebastian is slightly ahead in resources collected, but we'll have to see if that is going to be something he can keep up by the time either player clicks up to Feudal Age. Also going to be interesting to see when you can get fishing lines out, because again, you do get that upgrade at a discount at an age earlier. So it's 125 wood. No, wait, that's only gill nets. No, fishing lines should be even cheaper. Yeah, 33 food and 100 wood for fishing lines. But, like, even so, running is only very slightly ahead in the fishing ship numbers, although he is getting his second dock down a bit sooner. Just adding another fishing ship? Well, I mean, it's 10%, right? So in theory, it would be your 11th fishing ship. That it is worth it, but I don't know the specifics. Resources collector, basically even for the time being. We do have a second dock over here to the east for Sebastian, so he's still adding in more of his own fish. Everything's all fine and dandy, even the third dock coming in. This is what I was talking about, where you're probably going to be able to scale your fishing a little bit better with the double bid axe upgrade early, but at the same time, you're also against Italians who are getting a nice discount. 15 wood discount, right? Or no, 12.5 wood discount. Yeah, no Vietnamese. I mean, I just think that there are better civs to pick, usually. Well, Feudal Age is coming on in here for running, whereas that's not the case for Sebastian. Just happily fishing away. But we don't usually see Feudal Age pressure do a whole lot of anything on this map, regardless. Burgundian deck out on water? Normally no, but we see people continuously pick them on this map, so... they should at least be pretty good at booming. Again, with the early dock tech advantage, although I guess you still don't even have that researched yet. I mean, this still feels like it's pretty good for running, as long as he can get his fast castle age off in time, but I think he should be able to. Dark, yeah, but you get your upgrades in age earlier, so you can get your fishing lines upgrade in the Dark Age as Burgundians. Wood collected, 500 more wood collected versus 300 more food collected. Hello, Kinbine. DBA now on its way. There's fishing lines as soon as Feudal Age comes in, so I guess that was, very deliberately done by Sebastian. Pimp? I mean, that's like all you ever do on this map. Either that or some really heavy late Castle Age play, which the build would look exactly the same. Thanks, Kinbine. I appreciate it. Those videos take a lot of time to make, as you would imagine. But I also really enjoy making them. Third dock coming in. Remember, you're already on 4 docks, actually, as Sebastian. Should be... oh, like, historically? I mean, if they represent the Low Countries, which they do, then yes, absolutely, they would be good on water. I mean, they represent, the Dutch and the Flemish, Flemish Revolution and all that. They were pretty big with the whole Navy idea. Lots of rivers. You love Holland? No, I'm not, because I don't love Holland. Michigan. It's just kind of boring. Anyway, 26 fishing ships to 12. This is not a fast imp at all from running. So will this castle age pressure work? Yelnut's coming in here as well. Iron casting medium warship, so I mean it's just lots and lots of pressure from running. Will it be enough? There's another dock on the way for Sebastian. But the thing is, all these fishing ships collecting food doesn't really help you that much. You're not going to be able to go for a fast imp, especially once you see this huge navy showing up. Michigan Revolution. Well, considering I'm going to Michigan on Wednesday, I guess I better say nice things about it. Alright, Fletching's in now for the galleys, but this is still a ton of pressure. Obviously, that sea gate's not going to last very long. Same with the sea tower. Forging coming in as well here for the Hulks. Is, of course, fire plus Hulk. 2 fishing ships are now down. 14 Hulks are queued up. Holy cow. Bill, the sea towers help out. Is this timing good enough, guys? I mean, the fact that Sebastian doesn't even have a negative KD yet feels like it should be quite alarming, actually, if you are purple. There you go, Castle Age is in. You are going to need to pick up medium warships as soon as possible. University as well. But is the production going to be sufficient? It's 15 to 9 military. We still don't even have medium warships. It's queued up after this Hulk. Oh, no. That's not what you're looking for. Anyway, you need the Hulks to be able to hit those villagers. Iron casting coming in as well. Now things are starting to look better and better for running. The new fishing upgrade is for Feudal Age. Or, I mean, Burgundian's going to get it in the Dark Age because it counts like an eco upgrade for those purposes. Is medium warships even going to come in, guys? I don't think it is. I mean, this is just a huge blunder from Sebastian. Yeah, that dock goes down way too fast. Two-man saw? I mean, sure, I guess, but... yeah, now it's over. Totally over. So, nice timing here from running. Too good. I mean, there's like a ton of ships. There's like 15 ships stacked on top of there. Yep, this is all sorts of over. Look at that score difference, holy cow. Yeah, just a little too slow to Castle Age. Almost 2.5 minutes slower. And then, of course, just a huge blunder by not being able to get medium warships out. Couldn't force the fight. Or couldn't avoid the fight being forced, rather. Well, Burgundians are going to have much better name recognition than the Occitans, right? No, wait, that is Aquarina going to running, and that is the Burgundians losing again. Again, like, I am just not at all sold on Burgundians. GG. Well, that's AoE sometimes. Well, I've never heard of someone named Carcassonne, so that must be pretty niche then. Whereas I very much heard of the Burgundians, especially in the Joan of Arc context. It's a city? Never heard of it. Very important. Oh, certainly. All right, immersion will be next. Oh. Yeah, instead of Burgundians. Yeah, when I first heard that they were doing a Western European expansion, I thought the Civs added would be um the Normans and the Savoyards. But I also thought that neither of those Civs were necessary anyway. Alrighty, game number 2. 3. I know how to count. I don't know why it didn't update properly. Game number 3. Running, tying things up will be the purple Koreans to the east of the map, and to the west in the yellow as the Celts it will be Sebastian. 2 proper AOC civs here. Interesting matchup for sure. Battle of the best siege onagers for sure. Although I guess Jurchens have a pretty good claim to that now as well. I mean, if we consider their rocket carts to be equivalent to siege onagers, which I absolutely do. Wasted civs? Yeah, but I mean, it's in the context of they were doing a Western European DLC. I just thought that Western Europe didn't need any more representation. But in case you guys haven't noticed, they don't really consult with me on these things. Sicilians are very much undercover Normans. I mean, you're literally called the Normans until, like, what, the last scenario of the Sicilians campaign? Again, my thought is that they were originally the Normans, but, or gonna be called the Normans. But because AoE 4 released their campaign with the Normans right right afterwards, they didn't want both games to have Normans. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, we got the Celts and the Koreans. See what the plan is here. Dock at the back. Northwest European Muslim civil. I mean, the Moors would be like the only one. Vlachs and Serbs. I mean, if you're adding Serbs, you could also probably add Croats. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not too concerned, honestly. But wouldn't they only be facing other Celts? Maybe Britons, maybe Vikings. $50 to 80 years? Yeah. Potato famine? That's not really a war, and that was also in the 19th century. Eastern European. Is more of the Vlad campaign? Yes. Blocks absolutely makes sense as a civ. Well, a little bit faster here. What are the trees in the corners? There aren't any trees in the corners. Anyway, Sebastian gonna be going up on, what is it, 24 pop? So this could still, in theory, be for a Men-at-Arm rush, but also doesn't have to be. Or yes. Yeah, since both players docked on the outside, we have to imagine that it is going to be a land focus, and indeed there is the barracks coming in right now. I'll have to see what the plan is here for running. I mean, this isn't really a scouts map, and neither of these civs really want to open scouts anyway, but you can do basically anything else. Made up? Yes, it is. At least as far as I know. Yeah. Indeed. Militia coming on in. Running probably going to try and just open immediate defensive archers. I mean, I say that. He doesn't have a barracks yet. American civs? I mean, like I said in my video, the Mayans are basically pure fantasy, or at least close to it. And the Aztecs were quite well documented. But that was only at the very end of the AoE2 time frame. And again, like, the Aztecs and Mayans also had significantly larger civilizations in terms of people, so a bit easier to have more records of that. Oh my goodness, the tigers! The tigers are out! that's actually going to be really annoying. BBA coming in. Men-at-Arms upgrade coming in. And there are 4 of them. I mean, obviously the militia took a lot of damage, though. But yeah, running just trying to play this as passive as possible. Archery range only now coming in, but he still doesn't even have as many fishing ships as his opponent, and that is, of course, just in part the strength of the Celts. Still, it's not like these Men-at-Arms are doing a whole heck of a lot right now, and you can just immediately start archer production. Running is going to have his own hulks on the way, and so is Sebastian, though Sebastian just trying to be extra greedy and add in a couple more fishing ships, so he will be on 9 to 5. He is working the full 9 to 5 fishing ship numbers. There's the B-Smith, as the cool kids call it. Like, yo, what up, Holmes? You gonna go research upgrades at the B-Smith? What a way to make it fishing. Oh my goodness. Well, there is a single Hulk here on the side, and both players are making more of them. That said, it is only a single dock as far as I can tell for purple. So, 2 docks to 1. Well, we all know where that advantage is going to lie. The issue is going to come in the form of there isn't anything to deal with archers. Equals I have no idea what you guys are talking about, ever. I'm always so confused. Alright, forging coming in, of course, that's going to be huge for the Hulks. But yeah, thus far, no major damage taken at all by running. Although Sebastian's eco is better, but he also invested into a lot of infantry units that aren't doing anything. What, do you think you deserve a medal for confusing me? That's like... It's like giving a medal to, you know, beating a 3-year-old in soccer, football. Complain about it. I try to pay attention to chat, maps. Anyway, I mean, a lot of these men-at-arms are low HP. Forging is going to come in, and that is actually also going to help the infantry units, though. Actually, what do Celts get at the dock again? So you don't get any of the fire ship upgrades, but you do get all of the other ones. So you have bad fire ships, but you do have fully upgraded Hulks, and your Galleon's Misbracer. I mean, it's not like a good navy, but it is... Having the fully upgraded Hulks actually does help you out a lot. A 5-year-old? Oh, yes, perfect. Okay, dock now going to be coming here to the middle. The middle of the map is, you know, if you're going to hold any of the pawns, that middle one is certainly the most important. That said, looks like Sebastian is going to clean up those guys without any issue, and the 10-to-5 fishing ships dynamic remains. A 3-year-old? Yes, I did. Oh, might snag a Vil there. Oh, just able to survive. But, knock, knock, knock. And this is with fletching and, of course, the free +1 defense available to Koreans. What are turtle ships good against? I don't know, man. I haven't done the testing yet. I've been stuck playing Chronicles and, doing Age of Conquerors stuff. Yes, running has been playing quite well. I mean, the first game was also quite competitive. I mean, yeah, like, historically, Celts have just been a very good hybrid civ because of the wood bonus. I don't think it really goes any further than that, other than, you know, you can still just play Celts and play into their strengths as best you can. And getting the attack upgrades also helps out your infantry as well as your Hulks, and if you're going for infantry or cavalry, then, yeah. Versus galleys anymore? Is this post buff? Because they're like the first change, they were bad against fire ships, which was just like lousy. Malians? Yep, pretty much. But Celts don't have as good of a tech tree as Malians. Why aren't you garrisoning the dock, my man? Anyway, couple kills here for running. Both players are on their way up to Castle Age, although Sebastian is a little bit faster. Running also spent some stone somewhere. Where did Running spend 105 stone? Maybe he just sold 100 stone and then built an outpost somewhere. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. That's interesting. And by interesting, I mean disappointing. Still, Running overall taking some good fights. And he is actually adding in more fishing ships of his own. Going to take control of the middle here. Yeah, I don't know why turtle ships are designed to be good against galleys. Like, all of the unique units are either galley replacements or good against galleys, but bad against fire ships. I think turtle ships actually make the most sense of being only mediocre against galleys, especially due to missing some range and speed, but being good against fire ships. So it's like you can have turtle ships as your meat shield instead of, or wooden shield, instead of fire ships, and then you have your own galleons at the back. Balance? You can't balance a ship to be good against fire ships? Alright, medium warships coming in here for yellow. Clutching as well. Still not really that many resources. I mean, Sebastian is ahead in res collected, although probably behind in res destroyed. Just by a little bit. Medium warships, crossbowmen, and bodkin all on the way. Happened already? I think... I think you're being a bit of a downer, Bahalito. I think you need to hashtag believe. Anyway, you can see that running... doing a bit better with the food income right now than Sebastian is, and of course having way more fishing ships helps a lot with that. You can see Sebastian's actually accruing a bit of idle time there. Yeah, I mean, you got +2/+2 crossbowmen versus crossbowmen that only have +1 attack. I mean, it's a huge, huge difference in favor of running, and now running is picking up the ballistics upgrade. Running is going ballistic, guys! As in the upgrade. And there's a fire ship over there, nothing too exciting. But fishing ships here, 6 of them, operating quite comfortably. And that really is the big difference, is these pawns. Still, you need to make sure your archers are in position. It's a little awkward here for running, but he'll be fine. Especially because he's got ballistics to no ballistics. I mean, the upgrades in general are just so much better. +2 defense and ballistics here. I mean, this is not going to be a close fight whatsoever. I just feel like it was a little over-microed, though. I mean, Sebastian probably took a better trade there than he had any reason to, but it's probably not a big deal. More archers on the way here for Sebastian, but is that really the most exciting thing you could be doing, is making archers against Koreans as Celts? Like, that just feels pretty ungreat. And close, yeah, but if you're doing so, you should be, you know, shoot, move, instead of just running in and then trying to shoot everything down. Mangonel micro. Well, they're going to be Celt Mangonels on top of it. There's a guard tower coming in there. And Koreans are still going to be a very good civ at sort of this hybrid map control. Second TC for our yellow player, though, and he's the first one to get that. Bowsaw now in as well, so he's going to still maintain that wood collecting advantage. Versus Mangonels, they still should be pretty good. Yeah, I mean, running is making this a very competitive set. I mean, again, he beat ACCM to get here. It's not like he just had an easy bracket. Siege Workshop coming in, more archers coming around, but no ballistics, remember. So yeah, that gives enough time for the guard tower to come in. Dock goes down. Got a few hulks on the way. Still 7 to 13 fishing ships, though, in favor of purple. So both players with some idle fills at the moment. Can't work? Well, now they can work in the afterlife. Rocket cart coming out. But we still have 3 Mangonels to 1. There's a stable coming in. And there are no monks at all to deal with any stray knights that try and run in against the Mangonel, so you gotta be real careful. As Sebastian. But yeah, running still just hanging out on 1 TC. Is he gonna try and go for like a castle drop into... Oh no, why Cav Archers? Why? I've been such a good caster, man. Why do I deserve to see frickin' Korean Cav Archers? Ornlu, Korean Cav Archers are historically accurate. That's literally how they fought. I know!
I know, if it was my undergraduate, was this sort of thing.
Oh. Yeah, nice hit there. Well, 1-for-1 trade. Unemployment? Oh, that's not a major. That implies you need to study for it. I'm just naturally gifted at being underemployed. Oh, rocket cart goes down eventually, but not before getting a little bit more value. But over here, rocket carts are looking to get a little bit more value. And all those archers get cleaned up, and suddenly the KD is all even in favor of running. But Sebastian still has the better economy. Of course, you would expect that with Kelton also having better eco upgrades. And also, you know, being on 2 TCs to 1. Would be picked. Actually, could still probably pick the entire swath of civilizations because, it's not like there was any one dominant world power throughout the entirety of the Middle Ages. Oop. Why did he tap out? Huh? I mean, he typed GG, I'm sure, before the, you know, this happened. I guess he was going to try and go for a forward castle, but was just falling behind. But, like, I don't know why he didn't... If he wanted to go for a forward castle, he could have done so way sooner. Like, he has 1,000 stone in the bank. I mean, in theory, if that's what he wanted to do, he should have slapped it down as soon as he had 650 stone. Bit odd there. But we could potentially be on the final game of the day, as Sebastian is 1 game away from the quarterfinals. That was Sebastian's #1 home map. Even won it with his last Civ pick versus the opponent's 3rd Civ pick. So we will have to see, as Migration will be the next map. Dude, Leary, I mean, he looked fantastic versus Mihai. Alrighty, guys, game number 4. 1 game away from the quarterfinals will be our last quarterfinalist, which should hopefully start next week. But again, reminder that I will be gone Wednesday through Sunday for American Thanksgiving, plus my cousin's wedding. Which I'm at least grateful that, you know, I only have to go to Michigan once, or I guess twice this holiday season. Because if my cousin's wedding was, like, last week, and we had to, like, go drive 6 hours each way, twice in a couple weeks, I wouldn't be happy. But at least this is like a wombo combo. Can go have Thanksgiving with the family, see my cousin get married,
and come home. Because then I also have to go back for Christmas. That makes it sound like I don't enjoy seeing my family. I do. I just, you know, am lazy and don't like traveling. All right. So, Japanese versus Portuguese. Both very good. Both very good civs. Nothing too exciting there. Especially since I already drove like 7 hours each way to Lexington, like a couple weeks ago. But my dad's just getting back from a trip to Atlanta, Georgia today, and he has to leave again in like 2 more days, so that just be how life is sometimes. Anyway, Sebastian going to be able to leverage a bit of an earlier dock thanks to the Japanese. He's getting it essentially before that, I guess, I mean, he's still getting the house on time, but like he's able to just to get the dock down faster. Like, normally this villager would also be the one that has to go build the dock. Which is exactly what Running did. They're just able to get that sooner. Trains? I mean, it would still be a long trip by train as well. Is lower on a train? That's true. But I mean, I'm not driving. My dad's gonna be driving. I'm just gonna be sitting in the passenger seat, or the back seat. And at the very least, with traveling by car, like, you get directly to your destination, and you don't have to, like, go through other mediums to get, like, from the train station to wherever you're going. So there's at least that. But, I mean, it's a few 100 miles away, regardless. Yeah, I mean, you're like half a fishing ship ahead right now with Sebastian. American opinions? I mean, like, if there was... I would always just go with whatever the shortest possible, transportation method is. But I don't think there's really a world where it would be that long of a distance. Like, if I had to travel 300 miles in Germany, then it would still probably be a similar length, even if it is on by train. Just America is huge. Also, this is an incredibly uncooperative deer. Like, it almost doesn't want to get killed or something. Alright, 2 docks in now for each player. Fast trains are? I mean, like, you know, bullet trains are fast. I mean, I've taken those before. And that was pretty sick. But, I don't know. I've taken... Even taking, like, the Swiss Bahn, which is supposed to be one of the better train networks in the world. It didn't feel, like, exceptionally fast or anything. It was just the distances were much smaller. Watashi? High-speed trains? But South Korea has high-speed trains, and I took one there. Is South Korea much bigger than Switzerland? I think it is a little bit bigger. 38,000 square miles. Oh, wow, it's actually South Korea's twice as big as Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland is tiny. Esto pronto. All right, feudal age at the same time. Again, just like half a fishing ship ahead. Also, one villager less of idle time for Sebastian, so a bit of a better early build for him. High-speed trains. Yeah, I mean, auto industry and all that doesn't help. But also, America's population is very spread out. Like, you have so much urban sprawl that it would be difficult to, like, get to where the big high-speed trains are. Trams or buses? Yeah, but we don't have those either. At least not good ones. White flight? I mean, that was part of it, but... I mean, there isn't white flight anymore, and the urban sprawl continues to sprawl. But I mean, that was definitely a big thing in, like, the 50s and 60s. Anyway, double vid-axe and fishing lines both on the way here for Sebastian. Market and blacksmith. Market and blacksmith. The 70s and 80s? Maybe it was like coming to a culmination in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, I guess you're right, it was. Thinking about like Detroit, Pittsburgh, Chicago. But yeah, now, you know, it's the vogue thing to want to move closer to the city again. That's still where all the major investment is. Partly racism? Well, who would have thought? Expansions? I have no idea how I'm going to do the next expansions. I really just haven't thought that far. I was thinking of maybe asking Acision for some insights. Especially for the Forgotten. Alright, fletching and forging are both on the way. You know that extra HP is Portuguese, which is nifty. Oh, nice little blocking there. Mentarian? Well, I probably would just, you know, have him write the answers. Yep, yeah, that was the plan. Bodkin immediately on the way. I'm sure medium warships is queued up. Yes, it is. Apple pie. I love apple pie. And I also like rum. A British narrator? Yeah, that is pretty essential. Or like, if not a British narrator, like one of those old-timey American accents like, oh, here we have Sebastian in the west of the map. You look to your left, you can see the glorious expansion of our empire. Italian voice lines yet? Oh boy. I mean, I'll have to look into that. How's the new water been? Here's the new water. Same as the old water. Generally speaking, it's worse in Feudal Age, and a bit better as the game goes on. Don't have a British accent? Well, Americans understand two British accents. There's the British accent that you have in Downton Abbey, and then the British accent that you have in you know, EastEnders and all that stuff. You know, the Mary Poppins Cockney accent. Those are the exact two accents that Americans understand. Anyway, 2 dead fishing ships already for Sebastian, so a nice little bit of a start to this for running, but Sebastian has more fishing ships overall anyway. Nobody in the middle yet. We have iron casting and bodkin in. There's the university. Yeah, we also have clinker construction in for both players. For Gendra 5, yeah, some of the scenarios are definitely going to be a bit different with Hulks in the mixture. I don't know if they've reworked the AI to utilize Hulks, though. Oop. Yeah, Sebastian's on the run. Wait, he's at by 1,800 resources. Holy cow, Japanese eco is crazy. Purple. Who's purple again in Regendra 5? I thought Srivijaya was blue. Yeah, it's pure Hulk for running and War Galley plus Hulk, but I guess mostly Hulk for Sebastian. In the right corner? Oh, yeah. The one in Bali? Or, no, not Bali. It would be on Java. I'm dumb. Yeah, still nobody with the land yet. Being fragile? Yeah, but your own transport ships are also going to be made of paper mache, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare to deal with. Anyway, you have careening in, and that's going to be a big help for running. Still, in theory, it... I mean, I guess the Hulks stack up so well. You're still having all of your ships attacking at the same time, but you would think that the more diverse army composition here would be better, but I guess I'm wrong. I mean, that's a good fight here for Sebastian. I mean, he also has the extra HP, right? So let's not forget that. Still no T-ports yet. Well, running has army value right now, especially because its army value is somewhat deflated. All right, demo ship coming in. Let's see if it's going to be useful. Maybe overextending himself, though, in all seriousness. Where is the demo? Oh, it's sailing from a long way off, and all of those fishing ships are in trouble. Is this just over? I think it is. What would be game 5? Comir. Oh, wait, Sebastian's actually pretty close to Imp. I mean, that used to be migration back in the day. It was all about going up to Imp on 1TC. I mean, that did something, I think. I'm, like, pretty sure it did something. Oh, excuse me. Well, let's see if you can get a big demo ship hit here. I mean, those ships are all stacked up right now. You just need to pay attention, dude. Just pay attention. Yeah, you can see the Hulk's gonna have to do a bit more sailing around. I mean, that helps a bit. But, I mean, look how much gold Sebastian had to spend on those demo ships. 80 gold a pop right now. And that's really slowing down his Imperial Edge time. Also, does he even have the buildings? No, he doesn't. Yep. Homie's gonna realize he doesn't have a building and try and rush one up. Doesn't have a building. There you go. I still feel like this is probably still not enough army, though. It's like gonna be so long before he actually gets to Imperial Age. Oh man, Sebastian's really struggling to get those exact resources he needs. Oh dear. 30 hulks at the moment. And again, like his food income is so bad right now. Like he needs to buy the food, I think. Unless he gets just enough here. But yeah, look at all this idle TC time. Yeah, they got several hulks coming in from this side. Again, I am all sorts of not convinced on this. Well, I mean, this used to be the migration meta back in the day. Hulk's coming in, though. Of course, it's still going to be... You still need to avoid the demo ships, right? It's not like the demo ships are going to be useless. It's another decent hit. That's better here for Sebastian. And he actually gets a positive KD right now. Okay, now a transport's coming in as well. He's going to drop a castle in the middle, I think. And running himself is also going to be a little far away from the Imperial Age. The thing is, you also need heavy warships, and you need the extra attack upgrade, because getting Karak itself isn't really going to be as big of an advantage in the actual ship fight as you'd like. 12 to 8 warships, but you also have the dock to help you out. And also the extra HP, and the fact that a lot of these ships are already very low HP, so this is pretty good here. I think for running, yeah, a lot of those ships are very fragile. Transport ship just hanging out in the dock right now. It's 6 fishing ships to 15. And I have the feeling that you're going to be hitting it without much of a navy right now as Sebastian. Also, those fishing ships are having to take from very far away. And that is, as they're actually going to fish closer. Happy Imperial Age! Yeah, the demo ships just feel so underwhelming. Against ships. It's because they can't get close enough to, like, really deal their full damage. Okay, Blast Furnace is coming in as well. Of course, those two things are both going to be huge. But, you know, almost a 30 villager advantage at the moment. Oh, that poor Ville is left behind! Caravel time, baby! Oh, man, who else is not going to be remotely sold on the Caravels doing anything useful? Because I know I sure am not sold at all on the Caravels doing anything useful. Alright, Karak is in. Last furnace 18 seconds off. I mean, in theory, they should be okay, but I just don't believe... I just, generally speaking, don't believe in Caravels. McNeedy, it's a matter of principle. But yeah, now, obviously, the Imperial Age warships are going to have a huge, huge advantage, but you don't have any resources to afford Carvel Hull right now to actually be able to force fights. And yeah, just having these fishing ships still working is enormous. Carvel... Wouldn't that mean I believe in Caravels? Okay, well, to be fair, this is literally the perfect engagement for them. Yep. This is even Sans careening. Oh, boy. I mean, you have so much stone right now is running than nothing to spend it on. Whoa! Wait, hold up there! Wait a minute, hold up there! Is this castle even useful? Guys, does this castle even do anything? You're already moving the bills over. I'm sorry, guys. I just wasn't expecting the opposite side of his opponent's base for where the castle will be located. Also, wouldn't careening be so huge against the caravels, which have 4 base attack? Yeah, like, again, I would like to really underline the fact that I don't think this is actually very good, although there's no loom! Again, like, wouldn't you just ferry all the bills over anyway? Not like there's a ton of resources left over here. Also, again, research in loom makes your villagers harder to kill. Imp is on the way for running. I guess all the organ guns went down over there, but where's your transport? It's still kind of on the other side of the map. And so, yeah, if the castles were in the middle, I feel like they'd be in so much of a better location. I mean, I guess Sebastian could start trebbing, but his eco's terrible, of course. But yeah, also, of course, Imperial Age warship's gonna crush the Castle Age warships. (21-5) army right now. Defensive castle coming in. Again, I don't know why you're fighting so hard for this island that has very limited value. Bad Scottish accent? I'm pretty sure it does. I think that's canon. For running? Well, we can't really safely get anywhere. Is he gonna add another dock and he can go from like here back to the mainland? But I mean, he's got hulks all around his dock and stuff over here. Also, look at this from Sebastian. Okay, this is actually really sick. Look at these outposts. These are not doubt posts. They are full-blown outposts. And why is this Treb War happening for either player? It doesn't make any sense. Claim all of Portugal. Ah, yes. Again, I'd like to reiterate, there's like, what, 10 trees left on this island and some forage bushes? 0 unit production other than the castles? Passion's Island? I mean, I guess, but that could literally also happen on the mainland. Yeah, that's true. He is maximizing that Portuguese bonus. That's very true. Very little stone for either player. Now the organ guns are coming over, but that transport also going to go down as well as it dies super fast. Organ guns at least sort of escape right there. University being rebuilt over here for some reason, even though that one's actually perfectly fine for now. But yeah, having a second TC in the middle feels quite huge for Sebastian. I mean, running's macros. Oh, frick, fate areas, man. Katapuruto! Let's go! Well, one castle gonna fall for each player. But again, the question isn't so much, is this literally useless, and more of, is this more useful than just going on to the middle area? Anyway, that is huge for Sebastian as well. Oh, dearie me. But yeah, all these vills are stuck now. They're basically useless. Hey, Wise Turtle. Also, you have no vills there with which to repair the trebuchets. A good game? It's been a weird game. I don't know if it's been a good game. That feels a little excessive to say. What? Armor class? No. They do not. Well, one Treb is at least going to be able to escape, I guess, but running going to tap out. Again, like, he has no resources left here at all. Okay, that was a really bizarre game, but you know what, guys? Credit to Sebastian, he gets the 3-1 win. Was still ahead in resources collected, wildly enough. A lot more gold. All right. Which, guys, thank you so much to everyone who's been watching, by the way. Been a bit of an odd day of games, but I think hopefully tomorrow we'll start the round of 8. I think. Hopefully. Which we will have Hera versus Vinchester, Viper versus Tato, Leary versus Sebastian, and Freakin' Andy versus Hart. So a lot of good sets to cast. Which, again, I don't know exactly when this all starts, but again, hopefully very, very soon. It does say that the 27th through 28th. Okay, so I might actually be gone if they're not doing anything until the weekend. But yeah, probably most Americans wouldn't be able to catch it then, because most people are going to be with their families for Thanksgiving. But still, it's been a lot of fun to cast the tournament so far, so thank you so much to everyone who's watching. I'm thinking I might, yeah. And I'll just go ahead and raid T90, because I know he will still be online. See you guys!